Hello,
Hello,
hello. Hi,
hello.
everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne.
We're here. We're still in Las Vegas. We're wrapping up. We have a couple more days left, right?
2 more nights.
Two more nights. And today we're having a date with our son in a place that we've been a couple times already before when he was still younger. So we want to show you guys quickly here. This place is a little town for
Kids.
kids.
For toddlers. So it's called Toodley KidsTown. It used to be KidsTown, but now it's Toodley Town. But it's in Las Vegas, and it's been amazing to come here. We were here when he was maybe a year or something, right? Like, yes, old enough to walk, but this is the first time that he can talk, right?
Yeah.
He can I think he's more picky when he's really intentional when he plays.
By the way, if this is the first time you're tuning in to our business page, we're originally from Calgary, Canada, but right now
Yes.
we're in Las Vegas. But also let us know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to say hi to you and more importantly, know where everybody's coming from.
Yes.
We have a global community in our business page here. So typically when we do go live, there's a topic. Recently we were just showing you places, but now we're getting back into it. The topic today is how to be more present right now. Right. So I mentioned in the last go live that we took a leadership position in our ministry, the feast, and last feast I was the speaker, I was the preacher, and I talked about this, because the topic was about happiness. Because we were ending the series of this talk series about fields that our emotions have certain giftings, and happiness also has a gift, right? And the gift when you're happy, it calls you to be present, right? To be here right now, right now. Now, comment in the chat now. Are you here right now? Right? That's the gift of happiness, right?
Yeah, because other emotions they have gifts as well. So we talk about the gift of anger, right?
What's the gift in anger?
Yeah, the gift of anger is being able to
Courageous.
courageous enough to confront, right? To care from. And then there's also gift of sadness, which is to be able to trust in God, right? There's and jealousy that we talk about jealousy, but that's a different topic. But today we want to basically when you're happy, it calls you to become more
God
present.
calls you to be more present because sometimes when you especially in the social media world we live in, and we're very busy, right? We think of the worries of the future and our mistakes of the past. It's hard to be present, even if you're happy. You just here with your son, or maybe you got a promotion, and your mind start to think, okay, what about tomorrow? What about the future? And that was kind of the topic last week. And I talked about the three levels of happiness, right? First is just fun, where it's an instant hit. You ride a roller coaster, and woo, you're so happy, and at the end you tell your friend that was fun, right?
When you go somewhere, that's instant happiness. There's
So that
yeah,
that coffee, we share it, and there's those, there's simple,
spas,
simple joys,
massage,
right?
simple joys. Yes.
Second is the deeper level of happiness, right? Joy, fun, and then happiness, and that is based on your outside circumstance. Your progress, your growth. You got
Achievements.
Yeah, you get a promotion, you paid off your debts,
Your
right?
milestones.
You have a new baby, right? It lasts a bit longer, right? A bit longer, but it's based on your outside circumstance, right? If the circumstance is good, then you're happy, right? But the deeper one is joy, right? Joy means it doesn't matter the outside circumstance; it's what's inside of you, right? And you could have suffering outside, but you could still have joy, right? That's what we talked about, and that's rooted in God, in God's love. You know that doesn't matter what happens in your life, God is still good, and that what we talked about. But today, we're going to share with you how can you be more present, right? And I shared this frame. I heard this from Alex Ramosi. He talks about the 85-year-old frame, right? Before I dive into this, I just want to make sure we're clear, because every time I listen to our Go Lives, it's not that clear. So if you're watching us right now live, drop the number one in the chat if you can hear us clearly. I just want to make sure, right?
Thank you.
Um, if you can hear us clear, drop the number one in the chat. I just want to make sure before we go into deeper into things and people can't even hear us, right? So,
Maybe in your phone. I think they can hear us.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
Because last time I think they can't hear us because of the loud voice outside.
Yeah, hopefully you can. So the 85-year-old frame, I gave a kind of an analogy, right? Think about yourself now, but fast forward 40 years. You're 85 years old now. You know, you're probably still good looking, right? Handsome, beautiful. But obviously, when you look at yourself in the mirror, right?
Wrinkles.
Wrinkles in your face. Your body doesn't operate as good as it was. Maybe there's some aches and pains in your body, right? And I was sharing to them, like, we think about this, Roxanne and I, all the time, right? That, maybe when I'm 85, Roxanne's around 77 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we're living somewhere warm, right? In a condo, right? And then
we downsize.
Downsize, right? We sit down in our chair, our rocking chair, right? And we talk about the past. We say, remember when we were still living in Calgary, 120 Lucas Way, that was our address, right? Right?
Why do you have to say the address? It's
Huh?
okay.
Huh?
It's,
Yeah. So when we were living in that place, and then we see a frame, right? Our 45 and 38 years old, 38-year-old self, and we see our son is 4 years old, and then we look at that frame and we say, hey, I wish just for a moment that we could be back at that time. We would pay anything to be back at that time. And I told everybody to close their eyes, and then boom, you're back here at this moment right now, right? That's how to be present, right? That's how to be present right now. Because think about it, when you're 85 years old, right?
mm-hmm.
You would pay anything to be back here, right? Because this is the healthiest you're gonna be,
The youngest
you're gonna be, right? Your son, I was thinking my son, when I'm 85, he's about 44 years old, right? He would have probably kids. Hopefully, we have lots of grandkids. That's our dream, right? And so, I joke around because at night now he sleeps with us. He kicks, right?
Mm-hmm.
He kicks.
Yeah, he always kicks.
Yeah, he kicks in your face, and sometimes we talk to each other and say, hey, we wish that he was still kind of, um, sleep trained, right? And but with this 85-year-old frame, Roxanne and I talks about this, that when he sleeps, when he actually falls asleep, we would talk to each other and say, hey, this is the youngest we're gonna be.
So we learned how to savor it, to really appreciate it, because sometimes like when you're with somebody or with your kids, especially when they're young, right? Sometimes your mind, even though they're here, our mind will think about, oh, what am I gonna cook? What am I, like, did I pay the bills? Did I do this one? Like, we always think of something, even if we're here, right? So
every breath when he sleeps, right? Everything, we just hug him even more and to thank the Lord that we're here right now. So I want you to imagine that, right? Right now, your 85-year-old self, right? And just be there, like, just imagine yourself being there, and then just thank God that you're here right now, that you're in your youngest self you could ever be.
Yeah.
Because every day you wake up, you're gonna be a bit older.
yeah.
Your parents will be a bit older. Your kids will be a bit older, and before you know it, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you wish you would be back here right now. That's how you can be more present. By really visualizing, think about it, like emotionalizing that you're there. Because when I did that when I was doing the talk, right, I almost teared up because I realized when I'm 85 years old, probably our son will visit us once in a while, hopefully all the time. But if he has family and kids, he will be busy with his own life.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, like, we were like, oh, how old will be my parents will be, right?
Yeah.
Like, we don't know. Like, maybe they're
Hopefully
not.
they live 100 plus
Yeah,
years
they're
old.
not here anymore, right? So I get to appreciate more of the people around you. So you get to, like, okay, because sometimes even ourselves, we're guilty of that. We catch ourselves being on the phone while they're there, right? Or while with each other, right?
Yeah.
And if you're physically there, right, but you're not emotionally, you're not really, like, your thoughts are somewhere else, it's still not being present, right?
Yeah, and I'm just pulling up my slides in the talk. Um, you know, talking about like happiness, we're gonna end with happiness here. It's very elusive. Joy is very elusive because if you look for joy and happiness, you will not find it.
Yeah.
But if you look for higher values than that, right, which means that instead of looking for happiness, look to help someone, serve someone, or to love someone, especially. That's how you can find joy, the deeper happiness. But I want to end this message by Jesus actually shared, um, the secret of happiness, the secret of deeper joy. Jesus shared it, on the eve before he was crucified. If you want to know what the secret of having deeper joy is, comment in the chat. Secret, right? Secret, right? He shared it to his disciples, right? And he knew he was going to be crucified tomorrow, and he shared this one last thing. It's in
It says John 15, verse 9 to 12.
yes.
I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commandments, you remain in my love. Just as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love, I have told you these things so that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you.
It's interesting. He shared a few things here. Number one, he says, remain in my love, which means be in a relationship with him. Number two, follow my commandments. Because imagine if you're, committing sin, all that kind of stuff, you won't be happy. But number three is very practical. It says, love each other in the same way I have loved you. So if your goal is to love someone, serve someone, right? Then you have the deeper joy in your life. He shared the secret. Why did he share this? Because the next day he'll be crucified, right? But he still have deeper joy. So it means that even if there's suffering around you, right? You can still have joy if you remain in his love, if you follow his commandments, right? But more importantly, if you go out there and find someone to help, right? Find someone to serve. That's how you have deeper joy, not just happiness, not just fun. So we gave you a little bonus there because we were talking about how to be present, but we want to give you that too. So I hope that gave you value. We're still here in Las Vegas.
Yes.
By the way, the reason, again, we shared this last time. If you're in Calgary, if you're looking for a spiritual family, for a community, reach out to us because we have this thing called the Feast. It's one of the most happiest places on earth. You will have joy. You will be loved when you show up there. And if you're looking for a spiritual family, reach out to us and we can sort of guide you into when those feasts happen.
Yes.
God bless
Awesome.
everybody.
Thank you, thank you. We'll show you around here. Okay, 1 second here. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. So it's like a town, a small town for kids. Hi, my love. They're almost closing. Hi. Which one?
How are you doing? Your place?
Okay, what do you need? This one?
I was eating and then I am done.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Good job. Thank you for
But I
cooking.
can't reach what I want.
Okay. I'll close it now.
Okay, and what did you do? Did you cook? So it's a really cool. There's a garage, like a car wash, and like a pizza place. When we came here before, there's a lot of kids, but today it's already 5:45 p.m. and they're closing at 6 p.m. And the other one is post office. There's like grocery store. That's pretty cool area.
It's nighttime, you guys.
Okay.
Hey, I need blanket.
Who's that? Is that a baby?
Yeah, that's my baby. There's more babies outside.
All right. Thank you. Say hi.
Hi, mister.
All right. Thank
God
you.
bless everybody.
God bless you. Bye.